Hello, all. My name is Andrea. I'm not a professional YouTuber, as you can tell from the grainy picture and the subpar audio, and I apologize for that. I'm just an ex-painter and sometimes storyboard artist who happens to have a pretty big affinity for Dragon Ball. I got into a few discussions online about the latest chapter of Dragon Ball Super, Chapter 76, and after a little encouragement, I decided to post a video about my thoughts on it. So, Vegeta is getting thrashed about. What I really love about this, even though he's not doing the ass kicking right here, I just still love the action and I cannot get over Toyotaro's work. I mean, I just love it. We see him barreling forward. He's rolling, somersaulting across the ground. He gets back up on his feet, stumbling forward. He just barely gets out of the way of that next blast, and only to run into a barrage of other ones. He is still resisting, even though he's dropped out of his base form. Then Goku comes in and saves the day. And yeah, we all were expecting that. So I'm not gonna lie. Even though I've been enjoying Vegeta's fight, I fully expect Goku to tag in at any point now. So when Goku came in and gave him that left hook, I wasn't surprised at all, but disappointed, not because I was surprised, but because okay, I was expecting it, but I wasn't looking forward to it. I was enjoying seeing Vegeta fight. Okay, well, here we are. It's finally time to pass the baton, and now Goku's going to take over. So when the next thing happens and Vegeta snaps that sidekick right into his ribs, again in base form, I mean, I burst out laughing. I think for me that was kind of a catharsis because I kind of wanted to do that. I'm like, come on. But okay, I know, we need your help. We need your help, Goku. But just a minute. And honestly, there was really no need for this. I genuinely think that Toyotaru and Toriyama did this for laughs in response to people's moaning and groaning about, now Goku's going to take over and it's so predictable. So that's what they did. They subverted the expectations. So, but it's only for a moment. It's only for laughs. It doesn't really mean anything in the long run, or so it seemed. And Vegeta seems to be regressing, even though he's not in this berserker state of mind. He is acting like his old self. He seems to, I thought these two have been warming up over the years for a long time, but then Vegeta's like, there's no one I'd rather beat to hell back than you, Kakarot. Goku's like, come on, man, you sure picked a moment for this old attitude. And Vegeta says, you seem confused, and honestly, Vegeta seems like the confused one right now. He says, know that I've only ever agreed to fight side by side when we had something to protect. He's not protecting this planet right now. He's dipping into his fighter mentality, to hell with everything else. It still seems that there seems to be a residual effect on his mind over this. While he's having his little personal tiff with Goku, Granola comes in with his Vital Strike technique. And Goku sees this and okay, I'm not sure what happened. I love Torito's work. It's so smooth. From an artist's perspective, I mean, I love his work. I love the flow of his action. It's very easy to read. It really plays out a lot like animation to me. This one part right here kind of was a little confusing to read. Goku looks like, I don't know what happened. Did he throw up some invisible force and push Vegeta out of the way? Did he push Granola off his trajectory? I'm not sure, but no matter what, Granola's attack doesn't follow. He's doing this, and then suddenly he's, bashing him in the side. But anyway, sends Vegeta flying, and he's out for the count. It's like, oh, okay, well, there we are. So now Goku takes over. Granola says lucky timing, and Goku says, I've got to read on your whole targeting our vitals thing. So they commence with their fighting. Goku gets the Spidey sense, he got the tingle. Granola is right behind him, and he lands a punch to the back of his neck, sends Goku into the water. And then, surprise, surprise, right in your back, Goku blasts him in the back. Goku says that same move was never going to work on me forever. Honestly, they never do. You can't do that with the Saiyans, or quite honestly, any of the talented fighters. They figure out your moves, and, well, they will adjust accordingly. Like a very tenacious virus. Goku says he's learned how to shift his vitals. Somehow, apparently, minutely inside by maybe a millimeter, if that's is enough. His nerves or something, or shift a blood vessel or something, so that's like some mind-body control on a very minuscule level. Impressive, Goku. So here we are back in the storehouse, and Vegeta's come too. And I'm like, oh, he's not done yet? He goes launching himself out of there. God damn it. Goku is fighting him, and Granola sends Goku flying into the dirt. And here's the moment where Vegeta says, I'm tagging in. And Goku's like, what? Why are you so obsessed with doing this alone? Here he says, hard to say. Think of it as stubborn Saiyan pride, if you will. And he's essentially telling Goku, just think what you want to think. Whatever it is, whatever the real reason, he's not revealing it, which is typical of Vegeta. This seems super important to Vegeta. It seems a bit more to me than just getting a win in. Please, he says, allow me to do this alone. Vegeta seems to have altered his attitude. I don't know, did he come down off of his berserker high or what? I'm not sure. Maybe he got some sense kicked into him? Possible. But maybe because he said, please, Vegeta, Goku's like, fine. So he's going to go ahead and do this. Granola begins mocking him, says, you again, still fighting alone? Your minds work in mysterious ways, I must say. And Vegeta says, and yours isn't exactly playing with full deck. That drive for revenge has rotted away whatever's in your head. You think you survived all this time just to take revenge on us? There's nothing more to your life, to which Granola has no answer for. So Vegeta is driving his point home through sarcasm. He says, very well. Who am I to deny this grand mission of yours? No regrets then. Hit me with everything you can muster. So, since the beginning of their fight, several chapters ago, this was Vegeta's stance. If he has to, he's not going to hold back. He's going to give it everything he has to defeat this guy because he is Vegeta. He doesn't hold back in a fight. At the same time, he has been trying to talk him down every single step of the way. He starts off by saying, hey, look, we were kids. I mean, we had nothing to do with whatever happened here on your planet. And then later, while Vegeta's in a berserker mode, he's still trying to talk to Granola, saying Frieza did the same thing to us. I think, to me, that this is a major reason why Vegeta wants to face this guy alone, because I think in him he sees a lot of himself. Aside from the guilt stalking him as implicated in previous chapters, both their races are victims of Frieza's genocide. They're both driven by hatred and obsessiveness to the point of madness. So for Vegeta, it takes one to know one. I think it would be important to him to not have to kill this guy if he can convince him that there are other things to live for, because he knows this. I think he feels like he could be serving himself in a way. I think he knows that Granola actually knows this but won't acknowledge it. The entire time, he's been trying to get this guy to admit it himself. Like when he dodges that blast, what was it, chapter 74? And Granola inadvertently takes out a part of his own city, and he's not happy about it. Oh, no. And Vegeta's mocking him, oh, you okay with that? So he's like, he's really calling his bluff on his stance that this is all he cares about. Vegeta digs deep, and he powers up again. Back to Ultra Ego. And he's actually got Granola a little bit worried again. So Vegeta kicks him into the city, and he lands, and Granola's like, wait, take this elsewhere. Oh, and here we go. And here I thought you didn't care about anything. Now, I'm going to break away, and for the last few chapters, more and more, and this chapter was the peak of it, I couldn't help but think of a scene from They Live, a 1988 sci-fi film written and directed by John Carpenter. So there's this point in the film where a character played by wrestler Roddy Piper is trying to get this other guy, played by Keith David, to put on these special sunglasses that will make him see the truth. And the truth is that they're all being kept under control by aliens walking among them and controlling their minds. So Vegeta is like Roddy. He's been fighting with Granola every step of the way, and he's been trying to get through to him, but he's like Roddy, he's been beating him up and trying to get him to see and trying to cram these freaking sunglasses over their head. And Granola / Keith David is just refusing. He's refusing to put these damn sunglasses on, so they keep fighting in this This knockdown, drag-out brawl is just getting more graceless by the minute. And every time you think it's over, it keeps going again. And it was really reminding me of that. Especially here, Vegeta grabs him by the arm and bites him. I had to get up and walk away and laugh. That was so unexpected. And taking a little lesson from Goku's book, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, I guess. And he's hanging on to his arm like he's a rabid animal. He throws him down. So Vegeta, you can't quite use your precious rapid-fire moves here, can you? Granola steps out of his arms and takes aim at him and says, at this range, the city will be fine. And Vegeta's like, oh shit! And he just blasts him repeatedly at point-blank range. And the whole city's shaking. Vegeta is, again, down for the count. And again, it's looking a heck of a lot like they live. They're both exhausted, and Granola's stumbling back and falls on his butt. And then there's cracking behind him. And the glass shatters, Granola turns, and lo and behold, the glasses are finally on his face. His glasses are in the form of a frightened mother and her child. And he finally sees. He was in a exact same situation with his own mother, cowering in fear over these invaders destroying their city. And he goes, my God. So Vegeta gets up. And he's like, had enough yet? Vegeta says any grudges against the Saiyans are well-deserved. He understands that kind of hatred that Granola's feeling. How could I object to you destroying me here and now? I mean, he would do the same. Vegeta gets him. But he makes a point here. He says, however, by eradicating the Saiyans, aren't you just repeating history? He's saying that if you were to do that, you're behaving like the very people that did this to you. Do you want to be like them? And he says, you Cerealians were never such a savage tribe, were you? Savage like us Saiyans? You're not us, are you? You're not the same, are you? He's trying to get him to stop by making him see that he's behaving like the people he hates so much, the people he's trying to destroy. And then, that just actually makes Granola mad. Maybe he should have spoken because obviously Granola hates his voice and he hates his face. Well, when the rage comes back again, he says, you people took everything from us. I'll never move past that. He will not move beyond this resentment. He wants to hang on to that hate. He blasts Vegeta out of the city, sends him tumbling, and Granola goes on to say, at last I've found my true resolve. I'm prepared to burn away my very life here. He's going to kill himself in an effort to kill Vegeta. That's how much he hates him. He's throwing his life away. My revenge against Frieza himself will have to wait until we're both in hell. He is ready to go to hell. He doesn't give a shit. He wants to follow through with his revenge. Revenge is worth hell. So, Vegeta is out of commission. And he says, I couldn't cut it. Apologies, Lord Beerus. I couldn't revert to the callous, unfeeling man I once was. That god of destruction power was beyond the scope of a novice like me. And now this panel right here, I analyzed the heck out of. And there's a lot I have to say about this. This could be interpreted as Vegeta having failed to fully exploit Ultra Ego during the course of the battle because of the morals he's developed over the years. Many consider Ultra Ego to be Vegeta's mortal equivalent to a destroyer god, at least that's what I gathered, without actually going so far as to accept the position of a deity. Vegeta fans really wanted this. They want to see him become the Destroyer God. So after all that training, and he unlocked a new transformation in Chapter 74, the internet went nuts. He was immediately hailed as Hakai Shin Vegeta. And for the next month, that's what this new form was called. Then Chapter 75 came out, and with it, the form's official name, Ultra Ego. Still, the fandom often used Hakai Shin Vegeta and Ultra Ego interchangeably. Same thing. I don't think so, but hear me out. I think we all built up this expectation that Vegeta would become a destroyer. So when he got this new transformation, we said, this is it. This is the destroyer form. This is what we've been waiting for. Personally, and of course I could be wrong, I think it could be a precursor form like Goku's Ultra Instinct sign, or it might even be an evolutionary dead end like Super Vegeta. Here's why I think that. I think Vegeta got his lesson wrong. As a result, this form isn't a true destroyer form. Let's go back to Beerus' lesson in Chapter 69. He tells Vegeta, as long as doubt weighs down your soul, this power will never be yours to wield. Your own crimes aside, you're feeling guilty for the sins of all Saiyans. I think Vegeta interpreted his lesson in his own way. When Beerus told him he can't harbor guilt and self-doubt if he wants to attain the power of a destroyer, Vegeta figures he needs to again be that bloodthirsty bastard that's free of guilt and unhampered by doubt. He begins to tap more into this mindset during the course of his battle with Granola, and his Berserker side is finally released when Granola lands one of his nerve strikes, and then Alter Ego is born. Even so, even while he's in this Berserker form, he tries to talk some sense into Granola, and that does strongly indicate that his morals tempered him, and that he couldn't fully embrace this form, and that's why people believe that Vegeta failed, that he didn't use this destroyer power. But I don't think that Vegeta has to be that guy that doesn't feel guilt in order to use the destroyer's power. I think he has to let go of the guilt that's already there. And it's there. Since the moral arc, Vegeta's regret for his past actions has been underscored. Maybe he just has to forgive himself. So Vegeta gets up, and he's going to take this on the chin. He's going to accept this failure, and he's accepting this burden, this responsibility for the resentment placed into this man by his own ancestors. This guy hates Vegeta so much that he's willing to let his hatred kill him too, which is the one thing Vegeta gets out of the self-sacrifice. The Saiyans' families weren't referred to, but if I were Vegeta, I would be concerned that this death to all Saiyans guy would want to eradicate my children too. So Granola takes himself out, then good. Then Goku is seeing what's going on, and then he realizes they're both going to kill themselves, and he goes rushing in to stop them from doing this to each other. And Granola's spaceship goes whizzing by with Manito in it, and Manito seems to recognize Goku. He realizes that Granola's going to kill himself and kill the other Saiyan. Nobody can get through to him for even a moment. Finally, Manito does. Granola falters. And while he's distracted, Goku punches him in the back and shouts at him, "Don't be stupid." And says, "You too, Vegeta, what are you thinking?" Which I love. So now, like a deus ex machina, Manito descends from on high in the spaceship, and he exits to finally bring some enlightenment. Manito tells him 40 years back, the one who actually saved us was a Saiyan named Bardock. And Granola is shocked. He can't believe that these despicable people, there was a single good one among them. Finally, Granola might listen to reason now that his mentor is here to shed some more light on the whole situation. Maybe they could finally hear each other out. Maybe it'll be a uneasy truce, a temporary one. We'll see what happens. So thank you for joining me in my gravity room. Should I do this again? Should I invest in better equipment? Please let me know and your thoughts on this in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on the chapter. And thanks, and perhaps it will be a next time.